Welcome back, everybody, of the Doc Bob Lee for 107.5 WPLS. You are watching Open, and our last guest is a philanthropist, a special needs advocate, a Black community organizer, and motivational speaker. She does it all. She's here to speak about her role as a community leader and shed some light on how she got her nickname, the Black Fairy Godmother. So please welcome to the show, Simone Gordon. Simone, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me today.
How did you get that name?
Well, I got the name the Black Fairy Godmother because years ago, I lost my job at a Fortune 500 company, and I wasn't getting anywhere with a lot of big organizations who were nonprofits. So my son was special needs, so I decided to go on social media and ask people, where can I get the help from him? And everybody was giving me the runaround. I even called 211 in my state, and most of the phone numbers that the operators were giving me were disconnected, or you will call it and it would go straight to voicemail. Make a long story short, I took it upon myself, and there was a Facebook friend who said that there was a group that helped marginalize Black single mothers, and I joined that group and let everybody know what my son needed. And there were 4 women in different states, and yes, they were Caucasian women with wealth and privilege. And they decided to take it upon themselves to advocate for my son by writing a letter to Children's Hospital and making sure he gets the therapy. One decided to bless my son with a year worth of Depends. Oh. And the last woman said, you know what, you need education. I said, well, I can't afford it, and I owe a bill. Her and her husband wrote out a check to the community college and put me back in school, and I graduated in May.
God is good.
And I said, I'm going to spread the blessings throughout the communities in the tri-state area. And that's how I got the name, the Black Fairy Godmother. On social media, I've been the voice for our people, putting women back to stability.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for your service too. Now, how did your son impact your role as a special needs activist, and what services are you providing for families with special needs?
Well, there's many insurance companies that are not covering medication and medical supplies for individuals with disabilities. So I decided to advocate to go into the community, to speak to mayors, to speak to governors, and let them know they need to change the laws. It has been working very little. So what I've done is I created Target and Amazon wish lists full of medical supplies and the essentials that most special needs individuals need, and have people on social media, Instagram and Facebook, buy those medical supplies and ship it to the families in need.
That's beautiful. Wow, that's great. And then you started a foundation behind this?
Yes, it's called the Black Fairy Godmother Foundation. Many celebrities and many people who are in the media said to me, you need to become a 501c3. People need to know more about your work. So I started the foundation, and in 2019, I went from 100 followers to 13 followers within 90 days and became global, bringing awareness to marginalized communities that most big nonprofits are not providing the resources to us. So we, as Black organizers in the community who are grassroots and who are getting their feet and hands wet and dirty, we need to come together and join forces and make sure that our people is taken care of.
Yes. Now, are you reaching out to anybody who's funding you? Is it corporations or private funding, or?
It's a mixture of both. It's a mixture of both. When I spoke about my story about me going back to college, Tori Birch and her foundation reached out, and they donated money to the Fairy Dust Scholarship Program, which helps single mothers over the age of 21 go back to school. So they decided to partner with me last year, and we were able to put 20 Black and brown women into school, and approximately 11 of them are graduating with a certificate. And yes, so you never know who's watching, because Bill and Melinda Gates grant my foundation a huge contribution, and that was a big shock, and it was a blessing. So you never know who's watching. So it's a mixture of private and corporate funding as well.
All right, I'm going to give you the microphone and the camera, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask for some funding, volunteerism, or whatever you need. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
The Black Fairy Godmother Foundation is always looking for volunteers and for private donors for the Angel Food Assistance Fund, the Emergency Assistance Fund, and also our Domestic Violence Fund. Please join forces with us and make miracles come true. www.theblackfairygodmother.org.
There you go. Now you mentioned the domestic violence fund. You got into that. How did you get into that?
Well, domestic violence works in mysterious ways. It's not just always physical, it's emotional and financial. And at the time, I was dealing with my son's father, and, with the blessings of my parents, they made sure I got out of that situation. So I decided to begin a domestic violence fund, which will take a woman out from her situation and move her into a better situation, and also fund her apartment. And we do a lot of therapy that comes out of that fund, housing, and also education as well. And it's been progressing. And thanks to Elizabeth Gilbert, who helped me also put it together and to make sure that these women and men, because men are also victims of domestic violence, are thriving in that fund. So
did the mom and dad came roll up his sleeves? He came and got you? How did it happen?
My dad is from the old school, and he sat me down and sat him down and let him know that it's time for you to move on, and it's time for her to move on, and she's going to always be taken care of because I'm his.
And we don't need no nonsense right there. The buck stops here. My daughter's go her way, you go your way, and then, that's it. You take care of your
business. And I've been good ever since. Yep. I'm from the old school, so yeah. I'm blessed to have a dad, Yeah,
dad doesn't play. But what do you recommend to women who maybe don't have that and they're looking for a way out?
The funny thing is a lot of people don't have family support, but with social media and so many people that are out here and all the resources that are out here, there's always someone who is willing to listen to you for just 5 minutes. That 5 minutes to get you out the situation quicker than the quickness. You don't always have to go to church, but your next door neighbor or the person on the bus can easily change your life. So give it a chance, because look at me. I am thriving and I'm saving more lives. So
there you go. Where do we go from here?
Well, we're taking off. I'm opening a few chapters in the US with some of the volunteers. And we have our 3rd annual Purple Diamond Awards that will be at the North Museum in Newark, New Jersey, where we're still going to be advocating and raising funds and showing big recognition to most of the nonprofits in the tri-state area who is doing it big. So it's a beautiful gala.
Yeah, all right. Where do we go to find out more about you and all the wonderful things you're doing in our community?
Our website, every single day, our website, or you can go to IG, the Black Fairy Godmother Official, at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. We have updates on what family needs help, and you can always go to the link in the bio and help a family in need.
There you go. Simone Gordon, special needs advocate, Black community organizer, and the Black Fairy Godmother. A book, maybe?
There is a pending book, but I haven't. There is a pending book. So we are in the works with a big publishing who is the 2nd publishing firm in the US, and that is pending. So within a couple months, I will be hopefully giving you a copy of my book.
There you go. Thank you. I knew something was in the works there. I just had to feel that and touch that.
Yes.
Simone, thank you so much. Thank you for all the work that you're doing in our community, touching lives and helping people get what they need out of life. And that's important. That's special. You're blessed. And may God provide a hedge of protection around you and your family, and maybe give you great favor and blessings.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Yes. All right, there she goes. Simone Gordon, special needs advocate, Black community organizer, and Black Fairy Godmother. That about does it for us right here. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking it all out. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. I want to thank everybody for who helped us out at WBLS and helped us out at BronxNet. And thank you for letting us share in this space and time. And always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. I love you all. Peace.